The Bert Show.
Time to get buzzed on the hot goss from Hollywood with Abby. It's the Bert Show's Entertainment Buzz.
Social media is really coming down on celebs this week, and it all has to do with something that went down on the Met Gala was it last week? Was it a couple weeks ago? I feel like it was last week. First weekend of May. Yeah. So one of these influencers that was covering the Met Gala, her name is Hailey Bailey, and she is getting a ton of flack. She's like kind of the lightning rod for the way a lot of people on social media have been feeling recently. So this influencer, Hailey Bailey, she probably has maybe like she's like 900,000 followers on TikTok. She's a pretty big deal. She's pretty relevant on the platform. So E! News, knowing she is a comedian but also loves fashion, invited her to be a correspondent for E! News at the Met Gala.
Dude, what a huge honor. Holy Lord.
Huge honor. I mean, just to get to be in the same realm as all those celebs, it's insane how exclusive this party is. So, of course, she says, this is a big deal for her. And she gets her friend to create this costume for her that's very floral, but it's very reminiscent of Marie Antoinette. So she ends up doing this TikTok audio that's going viral from Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette movie, where, of course, it says, "Let them eat cake." And so she posts that video with that audio, and the angry mob decided to descend upon her. So a lot of people feel that the Met Gala is very gratuitous considering the state of the world right now.
It's elitist for sure.
It's very elitist. And so when a affluent influencer posts that kind of content in that setting with the state of the world right now, with a lot of conflicts happening overseas, with just the state of the economy right now, people just trying to feed their families, people thought like, oh, okay, influencers, you're going to now mock us peasants by saying, let them eat cake. But she's saying, I was just using a viral TikTok audio to showcase my outfit.
You gotta be better than that, because if you guys don't know the context of the quote, "Let them eat cake," it's what Marie Antoinette said when she was told that the peasants had no bread to eat and no food. So she said, okay, well, let them eat cake then, basically. So this influencer too, I've had a lot of problems with a lot of her videos in the past. She kind of thrives on controversy a little bit too, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was calculated. She got blasted a while back for some stuff she did for over millennials too.
Yeah, so she's lost a lot of followers at this point. I think she's lost nearly 100,000 because of this whole situation. But now it started this social media trend that people are calling the hashtag #BlockoutParty2024 that has now started a debate amongst people on TikTok. So the Blockout Party is basically saying, until influencers and celebs speak up about certain issues happening in our world, we need to keep them blocked, because the way we give them power is by following them.
Is that how Kim Kardashian ended up losing like a ton of followers and some other major celebs?
I think the Kim Kardashian one is actually more Taylor Swift related, okay. But I'm sure that's probably what's going on right now too, because Kim K is one of the ones that people are unfollowing. People are saying to unfollow Taylor Swift or block Taylor Swift, block Zendaya. Like the biggest stars of the moment right now, people are saying, how can you not speak up about certain things happening in our world? And then it started the debate, well, do these people actually have an obligation to speak up about these things, or are we in the right to block them until they say something?
You know, it's got to be for high-level celebrities in a no-win situation, because you can see them sometimes take a stand, and then you hear somebody go, "You're just an actor. You're just a singer.
Shut up.
We don't really care about your political view." And then when they do speak out, or when they don't speak out, now you're hearing like, "We're going to block you until you say something." So I don't know what they would do.
It really is a no-winning situation, because I think Kim Kardashian spoke up about something in regards to the conflict happening overseas with Palestine and Israel, and she said something along the lines of like, "I can see both sides," or something. And then
she said, "Free everybody."
Yes, free everybody. And so then, of course, you end up angering people on both sides, where it's like, well, how can you see their side? You shouldn't see their side. And so there's just, I think the people I think the celebs and the influencers are just like, if we just don't say anything, we can't upset anybody. And that's how we're going to be able to keep our careers.
But I do think there's a difference between not speaking up about topics that maybe you're not well versed on, or that are very complex. I mean, the whole overseas, it's like an international complication. They teach entire college courses on it. But there is also something to participating in things like the Met Gala and acting like it's not even happening. Zendaya, I don't fault. She's got a press tour. That's her job, to promote her movies. And you could argue the same with the Met Gala, but when you are dripping in diamonds and opulence and luxury, and people in this country can't afford a one-bedroom apartment by themselves, It's gross.
That's been going on for, decades and decades and decades in this country, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, it has, but
So
that's
what do you
also...
do? Eliminate Hollywood altogether and galas and stuff like that because there are people in the country that are struggling?
I don't think so, but I think it's going to get to a boiling point. Like, look at the French Revolution. That's what happened. She said, let them eat cake, and they revolted after that, and it did not go well for the French aristocracy. You're seeing more eat the rich memes. Of course, I don't think anyone's going to do that, but I think we're going to reach a boiling point where something is going to shift.
Did she suggest what kind of cake?
Marie Antoinette, it was brioche.
I don't even know what that is.
No, it's the birthday cake, the stuff with the sprinkles in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
I want that
Confetti.
chocolate.
Yes.
I want the chocolate lava cake from Chili's. I'll eat that cake.
I don't think anybody would have been offended at all back then if it was Chili's cake.
All right, Oprah is opening up about her regrets with her participation with diet culture. I'll tell you what she's saying now on your next eBuzz on The Bert Show.
The Bert Show.